Hello and welcome back. It is time for the final day of 12 days of anime with Perm, and today I'm gonna talk about My Hero Academia. I'm sure you guys have been missing My Hero Academia on this channel, and it's coming back. The final day is gonna be My Hero Academia, and after this day, my channel is gonna be back as normal. So what I'm going to be talking about today is my favorite moment in the anime specifically. I'm not gonna talk about the manga in these videos because I've already talked about my favorite manga. Moment, so I thought that I would talk about my favorite anime moment today. And my favorite anime moment is Ochaku Uraraka versus Katsuki Bakugo in the sports festival. The reason why I like this fight so much is because it gave us a battle that's between someone who's basically got no chance of winning against Bakugo, which is basically the top of the class. Arguably Todoroki is, but I'm gonna say Bakugo because fuck Todoroki. Anyway, now a lot of people may be wondering why I picked this fight over Todoroki and Bakugo, so I would like to address that before I actually start, and that is because that fight is absolute garbage. Now the reason why I like this fight so much, Ochaku and Bakugo, is because Ochaku is very weak by comparison. She's not the weakest in the class by any means, but she's very weak compared to Bakugo. At least that is what we are led to believe before this fight begins, but if you pay close attention to the fight, you can see that Ochaku is actually doing pretty well against Bakugo given the difference in their ability. After the fight is over, we actually see Bakugo mentioning that Ochaku wasn't really that weak. He says something like what part about her was frail, and that gave us enough information to determine that Bakugo acknowledged Ochaku Uraraka as someone who is formidable. Not really stronger than him by any means, but still enough to actually be a threat of some sort. I think the meaning behind this fight is what makes it a lot better. I mean, the fight itself is still really good on its own, but if you put the meaning of the fight as well, then you really get this awesome feeling, because Ochaku Uraraka, she's fighting, she wants to win, she wants to make an impression on the crowd, because one thing about the sports festival is that you are being scouted by hero agencies, and depending on how you perform, they might want you as a sidekick in the future, or they may want you for an internship. These kind of things matter, and to Ochaku this mattered especially much, because at the time Ochaku Uraraka, she wanted to become a hero to make money. She wanted to make her family's life a lot easier because they had a failing company or whatnot. So to her this fight really mattered a lot. I mean, in the case of Bakugo, it wasn't really that big of a deal because he was the ace of the class pretty much. He wouldn't need to win to make a good impression. And at the end of the day, Ochaku still managed to get some people interested in her abilities because she has zero gravity. It's a really good quirk, so even if she doesn't win, it is still gonna have a pretty good impression on the crowd. And we got to see her quirk being used in ways we haven't really seen before, which I thought was really interesting. We see how she just used her quirk, as you'd expect. She wants to make contact with Bakugo so that he can float outside of the ring. But later on in the match, we see when she's creating this meteor shower through the rubble that Bakugo has created with his explosions. And that is really when her quirk's abilities were shown on a level we have never seen before. And that's really the main reason why I think this fight was so good in the anime especially. Obviously, if I were to count fights in the manga, this fight wouldn't really be that high. I mean, it would still be really high up in the sense that it would probably still be a top 10 fight, but it wouldn't really be, one of the better fights, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I think I'll be ending this video here, so let me know what you think down below in the comments. Do you like this fight as well, or do you have a different favorite fight? I mean, I would assume Deku and Todoroki is your favorite fight, but if it's not, do let me know what it is. And as always, if you did, be sure to Detroit smash that like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new to my channel. This has been your favorite host Perm, and I will see you next time.